America! We are out here at the Skad and Wash campsite, old RTR location, and I run across a fella here, and we're going to talk to him a little bit and find out about his life and what he's doing. Back years ago, a few years ago, I had some bigger YouTubers did interviews with me and kind of boosted my channel. I'm turning over the favor, you know, they helped me, so I'm trying to help other people. Who are you? What's your name?
My name's Matt Lane, and my YouTube channel is called Sailing with Vampires.
Okay.
And
there's got to be a story behind that.
There's kind of a story behind that, and as you said, you and I were talking earlier, you said, oh, you got a 37-foot RV, and I said, no, I don't. I have a 37-foot sailboat.
Oh, your RV floats. Yeah.
My RV floats.
Yeah.
And I rented an RV to get out here because it was mostly from doing...
you say it's a rough trip, the sailboat come across the desert.
Right, yeah. Some people do it, go to Burning Man like that, but no, I decided to drive out here, and the way it started, the way I met Tom and kind of got around to meeting you and all the RVers.
I see your comments all the time on the channel.
Right, yeah, I started doing a lot of comments. Everybody, and especially Hobotech, was doing a lot of stuff with solar panels, lithium batteries, and everything like that. You don't see a ton of that with the sailboat crowd, but when you're trying to put your boat together, get ready to go, you start talking to RVers. And I got to be friends with everybody.
A sailboat is basically an RV that floats.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah,
it's a self-contained unit that moves.
Yeah,
in one way or the other.
Very much so.
Right.
It's most of the wiring and everything on the internals is all very much the same. Just a lot more fortified and a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
But you know, it's great, and I've learned so much from all of you guys. You know, and so that's kind of where I started out, and here I am.
So where is this sailboat?
Right now, it's in San Diego. I keep
in a marina or something?
No, I keep it on a mooring ball.
Okay, all right.
And the reason why is because I can be really close to all the repair shops and stuff. And in California, a mooring ball runs you about $128 a month to live.
Compared to a marina, which is...
Yeah, where I'm about $1,200.
Oh, yeah, wow. Okay, but
yeah.
A marina has all the hookups and everything like that.
Yeah, but that's not the stuff I need to learn. I need to learn how to be self-sufficient.
Right.
Kind of like how you guys are out here in the desert or traveling, you know. You don't want to be...
You're boondocking out on the water.
Yeah.
Rather than, and a marina's like an RV hookup.
Yeah, and RV parks out there are like $2,400 a month. So why would you want to live out there in an RV? You know?
Because the weather's perfect.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, the weather's perfect in San Diego, but it's expensive.
Yeah, so I started doing repairs. I've been working on the boat about 3 years, just doing started with some silly YouTube videos and stuff, but as I go on, things get more and more serious. And it's gotten to the point now, I've got a really good friend, Christian, his video is Sailing Zero. Okay. His YouTube channel is Sailing Zero. And he has been nothing but cool with me, and he keeps pushing me, and now he's like, dude, when are you leaving? It's time. And every sailor I talk to, they're like, you're not done yet, you just need to go. You'll never be done with what you're doing. Yeah. And I think it's that way with anything.
I don't know much about sailing, but I watch another channel, Gone with the Winds.
Yep.
And they were kind of the same way. They were down in Florida, and they had to leave by a certain time, or had to pay this huge, I guess, sales tax or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. They had to get out of into international waters. Yeah. And they weren't ready to go, but it forced them to move. And they said it was kind of like, you know, spread your wings and jump out the nest. You know.
Yeah. You just got to leave. And every sailor I've talked to has told me that. They're like, Matt, just go. And I'm like, okay. And so that's what I'm doing. April 1st, hell or high water stand. April
Fool's Day.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my big day. I've had several. Started driving on April 1st. I bought my first truck on April 1st. Started my first company on. Started the YouTube channel on April 1st. It's just the first ones were just coincidence, and then my YouTube, I thought, well, everything else was worked on April 1st. Let's do that. So April 1st, that's a cool day. Yeah.
Yeah.
And where are you going to sail to? You go straight out to Hawaii right off the bat, or?
You know, that's a 20-day sail. So no, I'm going to actually bounce down the coast of Mexico.
Okay, Baja.
Yeah, go all the way down Baja. You know, I'd like to spend a little time in La Paz, you know, up around the Sea of Cortez, and then just head south.
Is that the same? I don't know the calendar. Is that when like the humpback whales are down there, or whale watching? And all
I don't know the
I don't
calendar
know
on that, but I know that's where a lot of the whale watching is.
Right,
So,
they migrate through there, and
yeah,
it's only a certain time.
I'd be more worried about running into them than I would be about staying away from them. I'd rather go when they're not there, you know.
Well, yeah, your first trip out, yeah.
But they're beautiful. You know, it's funny because the first time I got my sailboat out into the moorings, and I parked my boat into the moorings in San Diego Bay, this big old gray whale comes up and hits the gal's boat next to me. Boom! Just runs right into it. And
playing with it, or ramming it, or just.
You know, I heard they like to hit their barnacles, knock the barnacles off of themselves on the boats. I heard they like to hit all the growth on the boats because they can come by and scoop it up and eat it. All kinds of stuff, but. Yeah, this thing blew water all over her. She was standing on her boat, and she was soaked in whale snot and flipped her dinghy over. That was like the second day I was out in the bay.
Oh,
you know?
wow.
And that's just a small thing that I have yet to experience anymore. I mean, there's just going to be tons of stuff.
Okay, so what do you plan on? Okay, down to the Baja and all that,
Yeah.
but eventually, what, all the way around the world?
Yeah, Baja to probably around Chile or somewhere. You know, it's not really mapped out. You learn more by talking to the people that have done it and that are down there, and where they tell you to go, where they tell you to leave from.
Right.
I could sit here in the U.S. for the next 2 years talking to people, but until you're out there talking to the guys that are doing it, that's what I'm going to do.
Right.
So somewhere around Chile, and from there I'm going to Rapa Nui, Easter Island.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the big statues, the
heads.
moai. Yeah. So I'm heading out there, and French Polynesia. And
are you going to document all this on the YouTube channel?
Definitely.
Is that the idea?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
All right.
And
how are you going to get internet? There ain't no cell towers out in the middle of the ocean.
No, there's not.
You figured that out yet?
You know, usually you do 2 or 3, 4 or 5 videos while you're out there, and then you put them as soon as you get to an island.
Buy some Wi-Fi.
Buy some Wi-Fi.
Go to a restaurant or a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's what Gone with the Winds do. They'll go in and sit in a bar and drink and have dinner while they upload.
Yeah, and I know that one of the problems talking to the sailors is that one of the problems with doing that is it's actually more expensive to sit in a bar
and drinking all the beer.
And you're trying to push your Wi-Fi through, and you're doing a 2-hour download, and you're into it for $50 worth of beer, and you can barely see by the time you.
What's wrong with that?
Out of there. Yeah, right.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing. If you can afford it, man, that's what you do. But yeah,
right.
So
okay.
you know, and it's actually pretty cheap to live out there in the ocean.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's fish and
yeah, you can fish for your own fish. Yeah.
Yeah, and where the big thing is like in the repairs, the maintenance.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of stuff. And if it wasn't for all the sailing YouTubers out there. And all the stuff that I've learned from them and from the RVers, I would still have no clue.
Yeah.
If I was doing this even 10 years ago, I would be like, whoa, what am I doing?
Right.
And have so much less knowledge on it. So I've really gained a lot of interest, and I just decided to go for it. And yeah, as what a lot of these guys are, everybody, you know, got tired of the workforce. You know, I did it.
Rat race.
The rat race, you know, did it 22, 30 something, whatever years, and then I'm just like, I'm done.
What kind of a career did you have?
I worked for, I started out in the Navy.
Okay.
Did that for a while in navigation.
Okay, okay. That was
I got some background. I got some background.
Okay, all right. That was going to be a question I was going to ask. How are you going to find your way around? But you already know that. So okay, so Navy, then what?
And after that, I saw this movie called Harley Davidson, the Marlboro Man.
Yeah.
And I was like, how cool would it be to work on Harleys? You know.
Oh, okay.
Went to motorcycle school, became a Harley mechanic, went into management, did it for a lot of years until I got burnt out on it.
Or worked at a Harley dealership?
Yeah, worked at a Harley dealer.
Okay.
As in their management, and then went in. I worked for actually Indian Polaris, you know, for a while, and then I finally just I just couldn't do it anymore, man. I don't know.
You can only give so much of your life to one thing, and you know your life is 70, 80 years, maybe, hopefully.
Yeah.
You don't want to do 60 of it doing the same dang thing. You know,
and
so
and we've all been there. And my forte was really building hot rods, you know. And I built cars and was in a car club and did all that for a lot of years. And then I just stopped. I was like, I can't go on doing the same thing my entire life. I can, but I miss so much more.
Right. There's that old saying, you know, you never see a tombstone that says, "Gee, I wished I'd have stayed, you know, did that job all my, you know, more, or, you know, wish I would work more."
Well,
you know,
maybe.
Yeah. Well, you
back
know,
in the 50s,
or at least doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so anyway, that's kind of why I'm trying to do this RV thing.
Yeah.
Is moving around, is because I'm tired of the trucking. It was good for me. It was a good career, but I want to go do something else in my life, and maybe you know, if I can make it work, I will. You know.
Yeah.
So we're kind of the same thing. You did the Harleys for years, and I did the trucking for years, and we're both trying to go off and do a little bit. I got a fly flying right here, don't I? Yeah.
That's all right. Just adds the authenticity.
I'll get him later. So
after you know, French Polynesia, I'm wanting to get to New Zealand for 2021 for the America's Cup.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and this is going to be a big one, man. The sailboats are all totally redesigned. They're coming up off the water now, floating through the air almost.
Yeah.
And these guys, it's going to be a totally different game.
Yeah.
So I'm just working to get there.
Okay.
You know.
What was we started out? Now you said your YouTube channel is called what?
Sailing with Vampires.
Now, how'd you get that name?
Okay. It's funny you should ask, Stan.
Because I mean that's just so. They asked me Sasnak. Where's Sasnak come from? It was just Kansas backwards. It's simple.
Yeah.
So is there a simple answer to this?
Yeah. I started. I don't know. Probably about 7 years ago. I'm like, you know, maybe I'll start writing. I got an imagination. I can put things together, and I started writing a couple of short stories, and then I started a novel. Just a vampire. Started getting into the basic stuff. I'm like, what am I going to start with? Everybody knows vampires. It's real simple. This is almost starting before the zombie craze.
Okay.
You know. Yeah. And I kind of stuck with it, and I did research and history, and started putting all these things together. And then I said, well, let's, you know, pirate ships and, you know, Rome and China, and put some things together and ball it all up into the United States and just have some crazy vampire hunting stuff. And I threw in the kitchen sink with the book.
Okay. Now, is this anything like the movie Interview with the Vampire? Anything like that? Or
kind of. It's more about a pirate ship.
Okay. All right.
Called the Crimson Bride.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I named the book The Crimson Bride.
Oh, okay.
And you guys will just have to, you know, kind of stick with it. But it's about a couple of guys, a Vietnam vet and a Roman soldier that are going through the United States on a travel in the Kennedy Lincoln. You know, that they found out in a garage out in San Francisco. So it's going to be a heck of a story.
All right.
You know, and then the whole trip they're trying to find these vampires and take them out, and it's really turning into a good book.
Wow. Okay. All right.
It winds up out here in the desert, actually.
Is it out already? I mean, is it?
No, it's I'm about probably 6 months away.
Okay.
You know, and that it's going to be published through Amazon.
Amazon, okay.
And on my YouTube channel,
reader and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. I've got all my Sailing with Vampire stuff there, and I'll kind of let you know when the book's released. It is my first book, so you know, and every writer does all their own editing.
Yeah.
They really do, unless they're picked up professionally.
Right.
Amazon helps out a little bit, but it should be good. I'm taking a lot of time with it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
stick with it.
Well, I've been out here at the quartzsite and at this, like the RTR gatherings and stuff, and you meet a lot of unique people, but I've never met a vampire sailing Harley rider. So,
pulling up in a rented RV.
And a rented RV, yeah. So, well, best of luck to you, and y'all go over and check his channel out, and give him that little boost that I got years ago, and we'll hope it works for you, okay?
Yeah, man.
Don't drown out there, okay? And keep the sharks off your butt.
Hey, man, you keep your powder dry.
Keep your powder dry. There you go. Well, thank you very much.
Right,
appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Take care, people.
See you guys. Thank you.